Good evening to all the masters, my dear friends and my dear gods. Today we'll welcome you all for the free holistic lifestyle program, batch 16. Today is day 3. So before commencing the session, I would like to say my pranamas to our Guruji Rangnath sir, to our Grandmaster Maharshi Patriji sir, and to Great Grandmaster Mahavatar Babaji sir, and to our universal consciousness, which is giving us more power to be who we are. Okay, and today program is like this whole week we will be having spiritual subject, and on Friday we'll be having holistic lifestyle program. So this today in holistic lifestyle program we'll be learning about yogic diet by Master Giridhar. So I will just give some brief introduction about Giridhar sir. So he is like he is a professional yoga trainer for past 10 years, and have a yoga trainer and naturopathist. Having over 10 plus years of experience, he believes and helps the people achieve holistic wellness and happiness through natural healing methods like Reiki, through mud, through massage, through sound healing, many other things. And for many ailments, he treats like for stress, insomnia, depression, arthritis, BP, and so on. So if you have any problems, you can connect with him, and you can get the benefits. Okay, sir. You can take over it, sir. Giridhar, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Myself, Giridhar.
You can be little more louder, sir.
Good evening, everyone. I am Giridhar from Bangalore. I am a founder of Giridhar Yoga. As Madam mentioned, I do conduct yoga, naturopathy, panchakarma sessions. And today I would like to thank Mahavatar Foundation Bangalore for inviting me to give lecture on the yogic diet. And I would like to thank all of you for joining today's session. So we are what we eat. We know all. Whatever we eat, that way our nature and our characteristics, or you can say behavior pattern changes. And yogic diet, it is said that food is divided into 3 types. And each food impacted on your mental state. So you have to choose your food wisely. So we will discuss all 3 types of food. And even in Bhagavad Gita, it is mentioned in 17th chapter about 3 types of food. First type of food is the sattvic food. And sattvic food is light food and easily can digest, and highly recommended for people who are practicing meditation, or you can say spiritual path, spiritual journey. And sattvic food also has 5 elements present in sattvic food. Which are they? As we know, our body is made up of 5 elements: fire, air, space, earth, water. And same element present outside in nature also. That's why the shlok, or you can say line, comes, Pindi te Brahmandi, means what is in our body, same present in nature. So in sattvic food, all 5 elements present in sattvic food. And that type of food is called sattvic food. In sattvic food, fresh vegetables, fruits, then grains, milk, all these come in sattvic food. And for example, in sattvic food, if you prepare chapati, you take the flour, and that represents the earthen element. Then you add water into it. So water is water plays a water element. And when you kneading and make a dough, then it create space and air. So four elements complete: earthen element, water element, air, and space. And fifth one, when you roast that chapati. So all five elements in chapati. But when it's not consumed immediately after preparing, one one element reduced from the chapati. So you have to consume food which is fresh, and in that also, as I mentioned, fresh vegetables, fruits, then grains in sattvic food. Next type of food is a rajasic food. Rajasic food is very heavy to digest, and it gives restlessness in the mind, as well as people became hyper. They became hyper and irritable. And in rajasic food, all the non-veg food, heavy spicy and heavy oily food comes. Then comes tamasic food. Tamasic food is a food which is, you can say, stale, dead, or processed, which has made since many days or years or months, and it is preserved. That all food is a dead food. That food doesn't have any element in that. You just eat for the sake of taste. You think only about the tongue that point of time, but not about the stomach, because as we know, our food stay few seconds on the tongue, but more than 3 hours in the stomach. So whenever you eat, you always remember we should think about our stomach and where the digestion occurs. Only 10% food digests in the mouth with the saliva. That's why whenever you eat food, you should consider our stomach, not the taste, or you can say tongue. And other thing in the yogic diet, it is mentioned that half of our stomach has to fill with the food, and one-fourth portion for the water, and one-fourth portion for the air. Then only it will nicely grind and digest. If you fill your stomach full, it will not digest properly, and then only the
Sir,
blood flow.
sorry to interrupt you. Can you come little closer to the mic, sir?
I'm not audible, ma'am.
So many people are saying that your voice is low, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I have told many masters like to increase your volume in your personal gadgets and all. So they have increased, and some are telling like they still can't understand. Sir, but for me, when I increased my volume, I could clearly hear. Give a try,
I have
masters.
made
That
actually
is trying to tell
100%.
loudly.
From my side, voice is higher, ma'am.
Okay. Or else keep it near your mouth, sir, like this and talk.
So as I said, the last type of food is tamasic food, which is stale or dead, which is processed, or you can say prepared since many days, month, or year, and keep it with preservatives. So that food doesn't have any element which we discussed, that fire, air, earth, water, and base element. And we are made up of five elements, as I mentioned, like water, air, earth, then space, and this one, fire, air, earth, water, space. these elements. So you should not take or consume this type of food, which is a tamasic food. Mostly you have to consume the sattvic food. As I told, 5 elements present in sattvic food. And sattvic food, all fruits, vegetables, grains. And rajasic food is it's heavy to digest, and become a person who eat rajasic food became restless, or you can say hyperactive, aggressive, you can say, and that include your non-veg, then heavy spicy and heavy oily. That food take lot of energy to digest. Sattvic food take very less energy, and our stomach has to fill half with the food, and 1/4 portion for the water, and 1/4 portion for the air, to grind properly and digest food properly. Otherwise, what will happen? The bloating, gases, acidity start, and later on it will go into constipation as well. So all digestive issue, when you fill your stomach to the fullest, you should not fill your stomach to the fullest. Always have half portion of your stomach with the food. And while eating, never drink water, because when you drink water while eating, it will actually reduce the concentration of the digestive juices which secrete in the stomach while eating. So when you drink too much water while eating, that will not give the benefit for the digestion. So when you have to drink water, 1.5 hours after your food, you can have water. In between, if you feel thirsty or dryness in the this throat, then you can sip little water, but not too much water. Another thing, when you have the food, it should consume lukewarm. It should not too hot or too cold. It should be lukewarm. And while eating the food, you should have respect toward the food, because food is energy, and we worship God also in the form of energy. So you should give respect to food as a god. And that's why many priests in our India always chant prayer before eating food. So you can chant prayer or mantra before eating the food. It definitely changes the impression on that food, because whoever prepare food, and that point of time, whatever mental state, whatever in their mind, it give impression to that food. That's why many naturopathy center or ayurvedic hospital have rule: whenever you prepare food, you have to have calm, no quarrel there, no shouting, because that impression directly impact the food when it prepare. And even in ancient time, whenever the Raja Maharaj, king, prepare their food for the family, if even the chef, or you can say cook, prepare all the food, and when it comes to put salt, they always ask the Lakshmi, the female in their family, to put salt, and that lady take the god name, whoever she believe in, and just put the salt in that food, and automatically impression change. Even if it is the cook made the food with bad impression of mind, so that way they, you can say, neutralize the impression on that food, and then food became easy to digest and good for their health. And another thing, as I said, Don't drink water while eating. Always have gap 1.5 hour ideally after the food. Next, the food has to be warm. It should not be cold or too hot. Then, if you eat food, you should have respect. You can chant any mantra to just change the impression of that food and make it eatable, or you can say the good for your health. So that way, you have to consider while eating food. Another thing, our body is alkaline, not acidic. So you always prefer alkaline food. Non-veg, junk food, all are acidic food. If you eat acidic too much food, your blood goes to acidic in nature, and then problem arise. You can say constipation, acidity, bloating, to any major issues occur. Another thing, as we know, the people divided into three categories. One is Vata Prakriti, another one is a Pitta Prakriti, and third one is a Kapha Prakriti. Vata people are thin, very skinny, and they are mobile, they are unstable. So their food habit is very, less, means changeable. They eat sometimes continuous, every interval they eat, sometimes they skip the meal. That's how the Vata Prakriti people behave. Pitta Prakriti people always ready to eat, means their appetite is full. Every time they're ready to eat. They always looking different food. These people are acidic in nature, and they always eat so many times they eat in a day. And Kapha people who actually have less appetite, even in one plate or small amount, small portion of the food, they feel full. So these are the types of people according to Ayurveda. Another thing, what is ideal time to eat food? In ancient time and in Ayurveda also mentioned two times in a day is ideal if you want to be healthy. And which are the timings are 9 to 10 in the morning. You can have your food 9 to 10 in the morning, and evening 6 to 7. And that time your food fire, you can say stomach fire, Jathar Agni, is high. So whatever you eat that point of time, it will digest easily. So no digestion issue will occur when you follow this natural, time to eat the food. That's why in old times, people used to eat only 2 times. If you eat 3 times, 4 times, then somewhere health issue starts. But if you want to be healthy, always try to eat 2 times. Another thing, when you have the food, you can have gratitude towards the farmer who grow that crops or fruit, and then who prepare that food. You should have gratitude to that also, or that person, whether you are a family member or cook. And when you eating that food, you have to use your 5 fingers, because 5 fingers represent 5 elements of our existence. As I told, the thumb represents fire, the index finger represent our air, then middle finger represents space, then ring finger represents earth element, and the little finger represent the water. And when you touch the food with the five finger, it's automatically eatable. Whatever you can say imbalances in the food, that balances with only touch. And while eating, you have to see the food. You have to have gratitude, as I told, and then you have to see the food and you have to touch with your five finger, and that food became eatable, and whatever impurity or you can say imbalances in that food, that reduce. So that way you can have your food.
Yeah, like master would have some disturbance. He was telling about the three types of food: the sattvic, tamas, and rajasic food. So, and he was telling like we have to have vegetables and fruits, more of vegetables and fruits, which are more of sattvic food. And whenever we have food, we should give gap for air, at least one quarter of the our stomach should be given for the air, and one quarter for the water, and the remaining should be for the food. And don't he was saying like don't drink too much of water. Only we have to drink more water 1.5 hour before food or after food, so that it won't disturb the digestion process. And he was also saying like whenever you are cooking food, if you chant any mantra and cook the food, that food will become more sattvic, and it will get more power, and whoever eats that food, they also will feel happy. So that one point he told. And the mental state of the cook also matters. So when the cook he who is cooking the food, if their mental status is not so proper, and if they cook the food, whoever eats that food will also get affected by those mental disorders. So whenever you are cooking food, have do meditation or do some chanting, or have some positive thoughts and do the cooking. And he was saying like body is alkaline in nature, so we should not have more acidic food like non-veg, oily food, fried foods. So if you have consume more of those foods, you will have more alkaline food. So we should not be consuming more of acidic foods. We should have alkaline food to maintain the balance of acidity in the body. And he was also saying like uh, there are three types of people: vata prakriti people, pitta prakriti people, and kapha prakriti people. So vata prakriti people will have they'll be more skinny, thin, they'll be more unstable, they'll be more introvert type, and their appetite will be more. So even if how much ever they have food, they'll be always skinny. And pitta prakriti people, their appetite is also more, and their body will be always acidic in nature. They like to eat food more times. So that is pitta prakriti people. And kapha prakriti is like their appetite will be very less. So some people will be saying like if we have less food also we are gaining more weight and all. So those kapha prakriti people, they should do more exercise, and they should ignite the fire in their body, so that they'll increase the metabolism in their body. And he was also saying like ideal time to have food is like from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. in the morning, and 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. in the evening. So those two are the timings where we'll have more digestive juices, and it is good for digestion. So in olden days and all, they used to have only twice a day. That this also now we are using intermittent fasting, all those stuff, no? So this fits into that. And he was also saying like we have to be gratitude. We have to be saying grateful to the farmers, whoever is cooking, all those people. So we should be always showing the gratitude to the people. And he was also saying like as we know, all our fingers are represented with the elements in the body. So these, whenever you are having food, you should always use your hand, and with all the 5 fingers, we should have the food. That one point he's told. Yeah. Anyone have any doubts? I think somebody has raised the hand.
So I raised the hand, and Palani Appani sir was asking a doubt. So, okay, let me finish first, sir, and we'll give you a chance. So, eating food is considered like yagna, like we doing to our body a yagna. There is a Vaishya Narudu, the universal fire in our stomach. So, Lord Sri Krishna told to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15, the Purushottama Yoga, our Giridhar sir has explained a lot of information about a yogic diet, and let's thank to him. And unfortunately, I don't know, he got disconnected, and I was like waiting for him to rejoin. But I think he has some net issue. He couldn't rejoin. And thank you, Giridhar sir, for giving such a wonderful information to us. And sir told consider food as a God. We'll say like Annam Parabrahma Swarupam, right? So we have to consider food as God. And he told you can chant mantras while eating food. And one of the best mantra you can use for chanting to eating food is Lord Sri Krishna. He had a conversation with Arjuna about this. He told Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Deham Ashritaha Pranapana Samayuktav Pachamnyain Chaturvidam. So this is the sloka we can chant. This is a very powerful mantra. It's in 15th chapter Purushottama Yogam and 14th one. So that means I told you Vaishvanara means the universal fire. So the meaning of this sloka is becoming the fire of life. I enter into the bodies of all creatures and mingling with the upward and downward breath. I digest the 4 kinds of food: the masticated, the drunk, licked, and sucked. So these are all the 4 kinds Lord Sri Krishna was telling to Arjuna, and you can chant this. This is a very powerful mantra that I would like to tell. And yeah, you can continue, ma'am. So Palani Appani sir was asking some question. Unmute yourself. You can continue.
Madam, good evening, madam. Namaskaram.
Yeah, good evening.
Out of Pada Prithri, Pida Prithri, Kapha Prithri, which is best, madam? Which type of life?
So every body will have different types of this thing. We cannot change according to our prakriti. We have to have our food and all. So we have to learn about our body, which type of body is ours. So according to that, we have to change our body and food intake and all.
Sir told Vada Prithri will take food with the gaps. Pida Prithri always eat. And lastly, Kapha Prithri is less appetite. Appetite.
Yeah.
So less appetite means they will take less food, no?
Yeah.
So kapha is better, no? Less food means.
But that is the required amount of food for energy we should be consuming. So they may take it, but that won't be sufficient for them. So how much ever they take, we should balance all the things like proteins. We should have proteins, we should have fiber, we should have carbs. Everything should be in the proportion we should maintain to have that energy.
So no better best. It's all depends on individuals.
Yeah, like each individual is having different types of prakriti. We should know our type of body, which type of prakriti we are coming from, and we have to do accordingly. If we are kapha type of people, so that time they are more prone to they cannot take more cold items or something like that. So in winter season they'll get more problems. So we have to take according to that. We should not increase our kapha portion in our body.
Okay. Thanks, madam. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, the best food, this thing is like first we have to have salads when we start with the food. So we have to start with the vegetables or fruits. Vegetables are not, we should not mix with the main course. So for when we are having a meal, we should always start with the salads. Fiber, it should go first, then the protein, and then the carbohydrates, so that the digestive process will be smooth. The fiber, it helps in the digestion process, so we should always have the fiber food first.
Thanks.
Yeah, we should not consume more water while having the food. Just sip of water we can take to smooth the swallowing or something like that. So we should not drink more water for digestion. After food, 1.5 hour before food or after food, we should have that time period and then consume more water. Every 45 minutes, we can have 1 glass of water. Not even for having meditation, we should have less food. When we have less food, and our all pranic energy which we are consisting in our body, that should not get wasted only for the digestion process. We should always use that for spiritual growth and to keep our body healthy.
Thanks, madam.
Yeah. And he was also mentioning like we should not consume too cold or too hot water. We should always have lukewarm water.
Yeah, yes, masters, and please again, look, like tomorrow you go and watch the video. It will get posted tomorrow, so that you can again recollect, and there's like lot information the sir told, so you can again capture that. So just watch that posted video, so that you'll get more information. Increase the volume in your gadgets so that you can catch it up. Okay. And Pallavi ma'am, let's start doing meditation now.
Yeah. So will sit for the meditation, which we have learned from past 2 classes. This is Anapanasati meditation, 2,500 years old meditation technique. So we just have to observe the breath. First, we have to remove all our spectacles. When if you have any headphones or something like that, just to keep it aside. Only volume of the mobile you use it for great meditation experience. If you want to sit on a floor, sit in Sukhasana. Keep your back straight so that all the cosmic energy enters from here. It will go into our body straight in Sushumna Nadi. And if you want to sit on a chair, you can always sit. Only thing is the way of sitting is important. When you are sitting on floor, you sit in Sukhasana. Keep your hands clasped and keep it on your thighs. If you want to sit on a chair, sit straight. Keep your legs crossed like this. And hand clasped and fingers interlaced, and keep it on your thighs. Close your eyes. Just observe only your breath. Ana means in breath, Apana means out breath, Sati means observe. You just have to observe your breath. If you get any thoughts, just cut all those thoughts and come back to your consciousness of only observing the breath. That's the breath is our guru for our meditation. Okay, let's start with the meditation. Please don't open your eyes. You can rub your hands and keep that on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly, with the happy smile, you can remove your hands. Slowly. We have done wonderful meditation. You can slowly open your eyes. Yeah, I hope all of you had a wonderful meditation. Please have the habit of writing your journal. Whatever you feel in the meditation, you can write it down. And you can share your experiences one Saturday. Okay, tomorrow we'll be having auto urine therapy class by our Rangnath sir, and then followed by Yoga Nidra by Master Nagraj sir. Tomorrow we'll be having wonderful sessions. Please don't miss tomorrow. And I would like to announce our Mahavatar Foundation will be giving solutions for many ailments like migraine, thyroid, obesity, cancer, BP, diabetes, heart problems, like that, so many problems through meditation, yoga, spiritual wisdom, like we are doing right now, and by mama therapy, marma therapy, acupressure, mudra therapy, urine therapy, and home remedies. So, yesterday I had shared one catalog regarding pyramids, right? So, in that we have phone numbers as well as the address of the Mahavatar Foundation. Whenever, if you want to visit the Mahavatar Foundation for free consultation, you can visit by calling them, taking the appointment every Saturday 10 to 5. They'll be available there. So, if you want, you can go and check and take the free consultation over there. It's all free of cost. So, masters, you all thank the gurus and the universe for the wonderful meditation. Yeah, thank you all.